Good evening, members of council, staff, our friends at the media, folks in the gallery. I'd like to call the Tuesday, August 13th, 2024 regular meeting of council to order. First up, under 2.1 is adoption of this evening's agenda with a few amendments, please. Number 1, the removal of recommendation 2 under 5.3, which is council approved staff to waive fees for the above 4 purposes for the Red Cross and the municipality of Jasper for the remainder of August, should this be requested. The reason for that is the municipality of Jasper has returned the keys from the community hall today and will not require that space. And then adding 15.1, notice to proceed to a closed meeting. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Councillor Pearson, Councillor Mullock, any further additions or deletions? All in favor? Carried. 3.1, adoption of the minutes of the July 9, 2024 regular meeting of council. Moved by Councillor McLean, second by Councillor Mullock. Any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? It's carried. 3.2, adoption of the minutes of the July 23rd, 2024 special meeting of council. Moved by Councillor Mullock, seconded by Councillor McLean. Any errors or omissions arising? All in favor? It's carried. The 5.1, the quarterly report, April-June 2024 is there for your review. Just a comment, thank you. Outstanding quarterly report. I really enjoyed every single aspect of that.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to acknowledge Jasleen, who's in our audience tonight. She was the one who put that entire report together.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Excuse me. 5.2, Valemount Industrial Park, updated articles of incorporation. We're looking to approve staff to sign the related special resolution. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mullock. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 5.3, Red Cross and Municipality of Jasper, waiving of fees. Just a single recommendation here. The council approved the waiving of fees for the Red Cross and the Municipality of Jasper from July 29 through to August 13th, that's today, for the total cost of $4,045 plus GST for A, $3,900 for the rental of the community hall, B, $50 for the rental of the sound system, C, $50 for the rental of a projector, and D, $45 for printing costs. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor McLean. Discussion. It was heavily used. Hats off to, again, Team Valemount and Red Cross for being able to have that space available for our friends, families, and neighbors from Jasper. All in favor? It's carried. 5.4, appointment to the working group established by the Memorandum of Understanding with Simp First Nation. We're looking for 3 members of council, including the alternate, until the end of this council's term. What is council's wish? Councillor Pearson?
That'd be interesting sitting on that.
As would I.
I would love to be your alternate. Actually, no, I would like to actually be on that working group too, so somebody make a motion. Councillor Pearson?
Move that myself, Councillor Mullock, as representatives and Mayor Torgerson as alternate.
Great. Seconder? Councillor Mullock? Discussion. All in favor? Oh, Councillor Pearson, sorry.
I think it's an exciting opportunity. It'll be really interesting to see where this goes. So
I have a couple of emerging topics that I would like for this working group to take forward. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Permissive tax exemptions 5.5. Just want to highlight, with the absence of Councillor McLean and perceived conflicts in the room, I would like to strike number 6, Valemount Senior Citizens Housing Society, and table that to our next meeting. Can I get a mover and seconder, please? Moved by Councillor McLean, second by Councillor Mullock. Discussion on that motion. Everyone's understanding of the lack of quorum that might happen. All in favor? Carried. And then we'll go through them side by each. Number 1, these are permissive tax exemptions for the following nonprofit organizations for the 2025 tax year. Number 1, District Royal Canadian Branch, Legion Branch 266, Councillor Pearson.
I'd like to recuse myself as I am currently the president of the Royal Canadian Legion.
Thank you very much. What is council's wish? You'll note in the report, the previous year was 25%. Councillor Mullock?
I would suggest we continue that as 25.
25 for the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 266, second by Councillor McLean, sorry. Discussion, all in favor? Valemount Affordable Rental Society, who is Deputy Mayor this month? Councillor Pearson.
No, McLean.
Oh, McLean is August.
I'll move the same amount.
Sorry, I have to recuse myself as my wife is the applicant on that application, so I will be recusing myself for that.
That's the previous year. So regarding the 2025 permissive tax exemptions, the mayor has recused himself from the Valemount Affordable Rental Society. So does anyone like to make a motion as to what amount we would like to go ahead with for the Affordable Rental Society permissive tax exemption? Councillor Mullock,
I'd like to suggest 25%.
second. Discussion? All in favor? Carried. We approve 25% for that.
Thank you. Number 3, Valemount Curling Club. Councillor Pearson,
I will move as well 25% for the Valemount Curling Club.
seconded by Councillor Mullock. Discussion? All in favor? Carried. Valemount Learning Society. I am recusing myself yet again, as it is my wife's name on the application. Excuse me. Revolving door.
So once again, I'm looking for a motion on the amount of the permissive tax exemption for the Valemount Learning Society. Councillor Mullock,
I would like to suggest we stick with the 25% as well.
seconded by Councillor Pearson. Discussion? All in favor? Carried.
Oh, Jaslene's so awesome. Quarterly reports, gatekeeping, you know, like,
So to advise you that once again, we were 25%.
25%, thank you. Number 5, Valemount Lions Club. Councillor Pearson,
I would move 25% as well.
seconder. Councillor McLean, thank you. Discussion, all in favor? Carried. And of course, number 6 has been tabled for the next meeting. Hopefully, Councillor Blanchette will be able to join us. 5.6, gas tax funding for asset management plan, looking for an approval of $25,000 from the 2024 gas tax funds to be put towards the asset management plan provided by Urban Systems. Moved by Councillor Mullock, seconded by Councillor McLean. Discussion. It's not an old asset management plan, it's 2018. But as you have personally felt in your hip pocket, things have dramatically increased. All in favor? It's carried. 5.7, speaking of hips, water supply master plan, approval of option number 5, groundwater source alternates with Swift Creek source. And we're looking to approve staff to research grants for this option. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mullock. Discussion. Appears that well number 2 is producing nicely. It's good news, really good news.
We need Plan B.
Yeah, absolutely. Further discussion, all in favor? It's carried. 5.8, we have a couple of recommendations from the Clean Air Task Force. Number 1, that the Clean Air Task Force terms of reference be amended to A, change the public appointments to up to 2 years, and B, change the meeting schedule to quarterly rather than the third Tuesday of January, March, June, and October. Moved by Councillor McLean, second by Councillor Mullock. Discussion on the terms.
Just a question on the changing public appointments to up to 2 years. Is there an option for a second term after, or is this 2 years?
There's no time limit.
Okay.
I didn't see it in the report, at least.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was just curious.
No.
Okay.
Further questions, comments? All in favor? It's carried. And that the Clean Air Task Force advertise for applications from the public. Moved by Councillor McLean, second by Councillor Pearson. Discussion on that. All in favor? Carried.
Oh, no, too quick.
5.9, accessibility committee terms of reference. We did meet a month ago now. And so we're putting forward our recommendation that council approve the accessibility committee terms of reference as presented. Moved by Councillor Pearson, second by Councillor Mullock. Discussion. All in favor? Carried. 5.10, Valemount Marina Association donation request. I have to declare a conflict of interest as I am a director of large on that board. I'll go this way this time.
Getting credit for all these steps?
Yeah.
So as the mayor has stated, we are looking for a motion that the recommendation is that council approves the grant in the amount of $200 to the Valemount Marina for the purpose of covering costs towards the purchase of prizes and trophies for the annual family fishing derby. Councillor Mullock, Councillor Pearson, discussion? All in favor? Carried. For your information, the donation was approved.
Great, thank you. Reading file. It's extensive. Anything folks would like to bring to the surface? Maybe I can start. Number 6, the Valemount electric vehicle event. request from the newly formed society to have the Ford Lightning on that date for display. Any pairs stand up? Can we have a motion to support that event with the Ford Lightning? Moved by Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor Mullock, that we provide the Ford Lightning for that day. Councillor Pearson.
Will we include the low-speed vehicle in that, as it is also an electric vehicle?
Sure. So,
Maybe we'll put a couple of kilometers on
yeah,
it.
we'll throw an amendment on there to add the what is it, the e-rider? E-ride. That's what it's called. It's not a big amendment. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. All in favor? Carried. I think staff have the spirit of the resolution. The UBC, number 10, the UBCM province-wide C2C forum. It's on the Monday, 16th. Unfortunately, I will not be there, but we did, Cookby Lampro did reach out and ask if we were going to be present, so if those of you, we can get that organized closer to the date, but I would sure appreciate a presence from this council to walk beside Cookby as into that forum. Thank you. Anything else, folks? Would we like to meet with the Northern Health Authority? Northern, I read that wrong. Never mind, that was at NCLGA. That's all for me. Actually, no, the invitation to meet with the health authorities at the UBCM convention. Would you like us to be meeting with the NHA while there?
I would recommend that we apply for a meeting.
Okay. Moved by Councillor Mullock, Pearson, seconded by Councillor Mullock, that we reach out to the Northern Health Authority, meet with them during UBCM. Thank you. And then lastly, on my plate is the UBCM member feedback on protocol with First Nations Leadership Council. Be looking to authorize the CAO to give council approval of that protocol for the First Nations Leadership Council. I think it has to come from your office. Moved by Councillor Pearson, seconded by Councillor Mullock. Discussion on that? All in favor? It's carried. I don't have anything else, honestly. Councillor Pearson.
Yeah, just item number 2, I'd like to acknowledge CEO, I'll never get his name right if I can't see it.
Chiro?
Ciro Panessa, his letter to us. Yeah, we had very good meetings with him, so I look forward to further discussions.
It's a fair representation of your meeting at NCLGA?
Yep.
Cool. Moving on. Correspondence for action 9.1, Spruce City Wildlife Association requesting a letter of support in their funding application to the BC Community Gaming Grant. Moved by Councillor McLean, second by Councillor Mullock. Discussion. 45,000 fish fry released in the last couple of years, so hats off to them and all the best in their funding request. Councillor Pearson.
Have you heard any reports on how they did with the brood stock
I haven't.
last week?
I believe the executive director of Tourism Valemount was down there, as well as Councillor Tina Donald from the Sim First Nation.
Yeah.
All in favor? Carried. Does anybody have a notice of motion they wish to bring forward? Then on to council reports. 12.1. Councillor Mullock.
July 15th, I attended a Tourism Valemount meeting. July 19th, Valemount Glacier Destination meeting and dinner. 8th, our council CEO, LA discussion, patient response. And that's it for me, even though it seems like there was a whole lot more.
I'm sure that's not your only duties as both a member of council and a resident of our area. Thank you. Councillor McLean?
On July 11th, I attended the Clean Air Committee meeting. On the 17th, we had a Columbia River Treaty Agreement in Principle briefing. On the 19th, I attended the Community Forest and Valemount Industrial Park AGM. On the 23rd, I attended the special meeting of council, and on August the 8th, I attended a meeting with MLA Shirley Bond regarding the Jasper evacuation.
Any highlights from your agreement in principle CRT?
No, it's still coming down the pipe, but there's lots of discussion about the finer points and what it'll mean to the local.
I understand late August, September, provincial feedback forums.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping, yeah.
Thank you. Councillor Pearson?
Yeah, July 16th, sat in on the Valemount Community Forest and Valemount Industrial Park meeting. July 17th, sat in the forestry round table discussion, a lot of discussion on permitting delays and annual allowable cuts, and yeah, and a lot of technical forestry language that I was having a fun keeping up with, but
A lot of RFPs in that room.
yes.
Sorry.
July 18th, also attended the Valemount Community Forest, Valemount Industrial Park AGM, which was missed in my emails. August 1st, sat in on a meeting between Valemount Community Forest and Cedar Valley Holdings, just clarifying some issues with wood delivery and things like that. August 7th, sat in for the mayor on the mayor and chair's hazard update call, discussion around the Chilcotin landslide and in the current state of affairs with provincial BC wildfire. August 8th, also sat in with mayor and council and CAO with MLA Bond and her staff with a great discussion on the Jasper evac response here in Valemount. And earlier today, sat in on the NERD PCN steering committee meeting.
Northern Interior Recruitment Division,
I believe so, or rural division,
Rural Division. Thank you. Was it
primary care network.
primary care? July 15th and 16th had a RDFFG Strategic Priority Planning session. The 17th, Accessibility Committee and Varda Board. The 18th was all things Fraser Fort George, as well as the VCF, and then shortly after the VIP AGM. The 19th and 20th were CBT board with an afternoon meeting and an evening dinner with representatives from the Valemount Glacier Destinations Resort. The 22nd, we were greeted, or we were starting to be greeted, or we laid out the welcome mat for many of our Jasper friends and neighbors for their evacuation. And then the 23rd, right through to August 1st or July 29th was Jasper Fire and Evacuation stakeholder meetings. The 23rd through probably today, I've just had a plethora of media interviews. 31st, I had a Northern Health Partner Information session with Chiro and Company. August 1st, EMCR Provincial Hazard Briefing, followed by the Chilcotin River Landslide Briefing. August 6th, had an intro meeting with Emily Colombo from the Economic Development Division of JEDI Jobs, Economic Development and Innovation. She is our replacement to, I think most of you know, Miles Bruns. Miles took a position in the Scotch Creek shoe swap recovery last year, so Emily joins us from Quesnel. And then a really good briefing from our partners at the Valemount Fire and Rescue Department. It was Chief Lalonde, Deputy Chief G, Fireman Mintz and Fireman McCready responded structurally to the Jasper wildfire, and a lot of good learnings taken from those structures. The things that they saw, embers half the size of this desk going 400 and 500 meters ahead of them, you know. So a lot of good learnings to take: A, mitigation, and B, response, which, as we knew shortly after that, we had to react to. August 8th, we had a Ministry of Health announcement for the University Hospital of Northern BC. The surgical tower construction is going ahead. It's a $1.4 billion project to be scaled up over the next 7 years, I believe. With a briefing with MLA Bond around our evacuation response. And then on the 9th, at a business community feedback forum regarding the Highway 1693 closures, which was spearheaded by MLA Bond, Director Allen, and organized by Tourism Valemount, as well as staff assistants with the village. And then August the 10th, I signed a declaration of the state of local emergency for the Canoe Road wildfire. And let me tell you, I couldn't be more proud of the response, both from our organization as a village, VFRD, BC Wildfire, contractors, residents. It was all hands on deck for that lightning strike at 4:14 in the afternoon of a Saturday. Outstanding. It was my first experience from behind the scenes, working with EMCR, pre-OC, our emergency staff, and man, did it go quick. Like the decisions that were made, the boundaries that were drawn, it was pretty cool to know that this became the provincial #1 priority to get this fire, A, under control, and B, held and then under control. So really remarkable. Despite the reports of some MVIs and some contraventions to the Motor Vehicle Act. And then I had a regional district strategic priority planning session to wrap up yesterday. So thank you. That's my report. Questions, comments? We don't need a motion on that. Public comments. Oh, sorry, 13.1, the calendar of events is for August and September are there for you. And now we have time for public comment. Are there any public comments on items that were considered by council as part of today's approved agenda? Jasleen, nothing? Okay. Then council, under 15.1, will give notice to proceed to a closed meeting for consideration of one item per section 91D of the community charter to discuss matters related to D, the security of the property of the municipality. Thank you, Annette. Oh, we need a mover. Hey, Councillor Pearson. Hi, Councillor McLean. All in favor? Carried.
Thought we were missing something there.